Hello and welcome to today's song from What Have I Forgotten? This song is called Pythia, and this video excerpt I thought I would just give to you in its raw form of me just singing it here in the studio. Enjoy. Oh, and remember, stick around so I can read to you from the chapter in the book.
Tomorrow will be a sight for all to see as I climb my path, and from this prison of stone I will be purified by fire there alone. All alone.
I hope you enjoyed Pythia. I'm going to read to you from the Pythia chapter in the book. When Pythia sings of being in her prison of stone, she mentions Atropos. Atropos is one of the three fates, who were considered more powerful than the gods with their immutable task of determining your destiny. Klothos is the fate who weaves the cloth of your destiny. Lachesis, the one who measures it out with a rod, and Atropos makes the final cut with her shears. In my magical working with time that I mentioned earlier, we spent one evening in the company of the fates as we looked at time from the perspective of past, present, and future. At one point, I asked Lachesis how choice interacted with fate. Here are my notes from my notebook. She allowed me to observe her drop her human construct and showed me layers of round, metal, thin, gear-like structures, punched with tiny holes like punch cards. Our lives are those layers of gears. The tiny holes are choice points. The gears and holes turn and align based on our choices. I am sharing this with you because when I rediscovered these notes, by happenstance, on the morning when I was sitting down to write this chapter, the imagery felt quite universal and powerful. Here alone, all alone, the moon and the stars above are my home. When I see you again, I won't feel so alone. So alone. All alone. I imagined myself as this Pythia feeling so alone and betrayed in her stone prison, looking out of her tiny cell window up to the sister moon, knowing in her loneliness that she will rejoin someone she had loved on the other side, whom she couldn't be with in this life, due to her status as the oracle, but who she can be with in the other world, in the moon. This Pythia, once a lauded and elevated priestess, was now the lowliest wretch, awaiting her fate all alone in a stone cell, a true dark night of the soul, and a descent into the underworld, the epitome of putrefaction and fermentation in the spiritual alchemical journey. And it goes on with more musical descriptions, but this section, this stage of the spiritual alchemy is the fermentation stage, and you are given another path working to do some deep, interesting work for yourself. And I just want to take a pause at this moment to say, I was completely shocked to discover that when I sequenced this album, that it came out to match the sequence of these stages on the spiritual alchemical path. I had no idea. That to me was pure magic. And that's why sharing this with you is a great, great honor and a joy, because it has so much in it. So thank you again for your time and your attention. I hope you enjoyed your Pythia music and chapter. And please do visit my crowdfunding page. Your support means the world to me. Thanks.